Hey everyone, it's Desiree and I am here with rubber stamped tapestry and we are going to create some borders featuring the Spookytown peg stamp set. Now this has been around for a while and it is absolutely adorable. We've got some great Halloween images. We've got some small pegs. So we've got a cobweb, a ghost, a spider, a bat, and a skull. So I'm going to show you how you can create borders around a sentiment. We're going to draw a few lines and just have some fun with these images. So let's get started. First, I'm going to work on my positioning of where my sentiment's going to go. So I grabbed a rectangle die and I just lightly went around it with a pencil because I know that's where that's going to sit. I'm going to take a sentiment from the Halloween People die set from Simon Says Stamp, and I'm going to use the Trick or Treat, and I'm going to stamp that using my Desiree K amalgam ink. This is comparable to the Versamark black. It is still my go-to, that VersaFine black, but this is a very good second for it, and plus it was on my table and right there for me to reach. What's nice about these two inks is they stay wet longer so that we can add embossing powders, and I'm using an embossing powder from Michaels. Words are difficult today. From Michaels, and it's called Glitz. And what's really cool with it, it's like this holographic glitter, which is really cool. So I die cut that, and I also die cut from white cardstock 2 other times. It's the Recollections 110 pound that I'm using, so it's going to make it nice and high. It's going to give it some good dimension. Grab just 2 of my colored pencils from my stash, and I'm using the purple and the orange, and I'm going to create a variegated look coming up for those 2 colors on the oar. So just to make that stand out just a little bit, just to give it some more color and have some fun with it. I'm getting my black soot distress ink ready because that's what we're going to use. Nope, not the vintage photo. Nope, for Halloween we used black soot. At least for this one we did. I'm going to put my double-sided foam squares on the back of that just to get that ready. We're not going to put it in place yet. We're going to create borders with these peg stamps. And there's a happy accident that happens here. And you'll see it at the end. It's awesome. But I think it's still fitting for the card, especially with the sentiment of trick and treat. So we're starting out with the cobwebs. And I'm using the amalgam ink that I had on my table. I'm using my Faber-Castell pen liner. And I drew around the rectangle that I did in pencil, knowing that's where the sentiment's going to go. And then I'm going to draw another line around that to create that border. So I'm going to fill in between with the cobwebs with, of course, the spider. And I'm just going to go in between. Again, not looking for this to be perfect. I like it when they're organic, when they're overlapping. Doing a little bit of a thought process here. Wasn't quite sure where I was going to go next. I'm going to put my next border on, and of course using an orange for the ghost background. So this is a solid circle, and then the ghost is cut out. So it makes it like a little bit bolder when you stamp that, because you're getting that solid image. And then I'm going to fill in with the skulls, and we're going to go back to the black and fill in with that as well. So you can see I'm using the black as the base and then coming in with those different colors. Again, I'm going to go around the outside with my liner, again creating that border, creating that line. And if something comes out of that, I'm not going over it. I'm letting that take the break within that line. I'm going to fill in this panel on the edge with the bats. And again, turning that peg stamp, allowing them to be sitting different in different positions around them. Each of the borders, I'm just going to pull in the same colored pencil. So I pulled a purple, I pulled an orange, and just in a gray, and just filling in to give it some shading, like we would with our blending tools, with our inks. So we can do that with our colored pencils as well. Not blending it, just putting this light faint line going around it to make each of those borders pop. So we're kind of adding a little bit of mixed media with our stamping. Just a little bit. Again, it gives it some character. Again, I do like the organic, not having those straight lines and drawing them ourselves. Now, you can do the same thing if you want to use rectangles so that you can create those straight lines, create those frames. That's absolutely fine. I'm coming in with the gray in the center and just going a little bit heavier in the corners, so that'll help let that sentiment pop up. I'm going to go around the edge of this panel that's been cut to 4 by 5 1/4, and it's going to sit on a purple background that's cut to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, which will fit on our standard A2 size card base. So do you see what I did? I actually put my sentiment on my card upside down. Only me. But I think because it says trick or treat, I think it plays really well. At the time that I filmed this, I did not realize I did this. I realized this as I edited my photos. So again, let's have fun in our card making. It doesn't take away from the card. And again, it's a cute little Halloween play when it comes to the card itself. So don't give up. Don't think you have to throw that away. Just let it go and still enjoy what you created. As always, I hope you enjoyed this video with rubber stamp tapestry and their peg stamps. They will be listed down below, the set that I used, along with all the other items that I used as well. And if you have any questions, make sure you leave those down below as well. If you haven't yet, I'd love for you to subscribe. Make sure you hit that thumbs up, and also make sure you hit that bell, because hopefully YouTube will notify you when the next video is live. Enjoy your day. Enjoy this process of creating your art, because no one else can create the art that you create, and that's what makes it special. But always remember what's most important. Always be creative in everything that you do. Take care, and until the next video, guys.